Go ahead. Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing a Maigari tutorial. We're going to be starting from like a basic position, just standing, all the way to using it in free flow. Here's a few key points that we're going to go through today. I brought Kyla with me. She's a really good kicker, so she's going to help us through today's lesson. What we want to know first is how to pull our toes back. So if we're pulling the toes back, you should feel the ball of the foot strike the floor. That's where you want to make contact with this kick, okay, at least in this version. Next thing we're going to do is practice on pulling the heel to the butt while lifting the knee forward. We don't want to go back like this, but I'm not coming up like this either. Just right underneath, okay? Heel to the butt, knees come slightly up. Okay, once we have that on either side, okay, the next is to get the hip involved. Okay, I'm not going to kick yet because we're a little close to each other, but we're getting the hip to shoot out. Okay, stay there, Kyla, so we can both kick at the same time. When I kick now, my kick extends using my hip, and then I recover, pulling the foot back. Hikiashi. Okay, pulling the foot back, recover to the ground. Make a nice, quick motion from down to up. Always relax your arms, and always breathe with every kick. We're going to go through all the sets we're about to do behind us here. If you want a little more challenge, you can do this multiple times. Set will take a couple minutes to go through. We're going to do it slow first, full speed second. Today we're going to be working on Mawashi. We're going to use the back leg, okay? The first few things with Mawashi is that it has quite a few different directions it can go. In the traditional, like, fundamental form, we're kicking with the ball of the foot like a Maigari. We're bringing that kick around on a target, okay, and hitting with the ball of the foot, wherever that ball can land. But we also use in modern sport karate the toes because of the long reach to score a point, and in a more, I think realistic way, using the instep and the shin for power on the target. The first few things you want to know is we don't want to rotate the foot until it's time to rotate the foot. My sensei, Sensei Dave Hazard, said it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients, but they also have to go in at the right time. Okay, so when I rotate my foot, it happens at the later part of the technique to put power and speed and to continue the motion. We don't have this lag time in the middle. Okay, also pre-rotating can be a big telegraph. So everything's going to happen in the proper order, whether you're doing Chudan or Jodan. If you don't have a target to kick at home, you can use a mirror. Don't use your cat, don't use your brother or sister, or your mom and dad. Just use something that's safe. Okay. Go. When practicing ura mawashi, we have to think about it as a kikomi for a good chunk of the kick. Okay? So we want to have our hip and foot pre-rotated before we throw that hook kick. Otherwise, we're going to wind up rotating away from the power of the kick. If my hip goes, for example, this direction, but my kick is going this direction, okay, how am I supposed to generate any power? And the kick looks awful when you do it that way. Okay, what I want is my power and everything to go into the direction of the kick. Okay, I want it to go into the direction of the kick so there's actual power throughout the entire motion. How we get this power generated is that we leave the hip again to the right time. It starts like a maigari, it comes through like a kikomi, and then it finishes ura mawashi. If you're starting this at home, and even when I started training this when I was young, I was exposed to this technique as a teenager. I started doing it on a post or a pillar very low, okay, so I could get the motion down. And I'm thankful I did that because it saved my hips. Chin down, don't make them fast.